So tsunami would be the ultimate sneaker wave. The sneaker tsunamis. They're always a threat, especially this waves. You just don't want to. I don't think this is safe for surfing. But it depends on how the sand is. Are there people on the beach? There's some kind of a structure on the beach down further. I don't know what to think of it. But I'm definitely afraid to go any closer to that, to get a closer look at the waves. Look at that, it already goes past me at some parts. I'm at a higher elevation. Alright, these tracks look recent, and it looks like this area is just falling apart too. I'm guessing, oh my goodness, that's a big one. This is coming right up to me. Wow. Alright, it was tempting to go closer and look at whatever that structure is. I'm going to say it's a tree at this point, and I'm scared because I don't need this tide rising on me. It could be that there's such an echo that's being enforced by this, that's making it rumble louder than when I was just in the open. As I got my back turned to the waves, I find this interesting, these silver deposits. Look at that. Very silvery, and it's just a line. They get pooped on or something? There's poop right here. Very silvery. Grayish silver? That's like practically real silver, because silver does rust black. So this is actually a little silver deposit in the ground. So when you find silver, you probably find gold too. As this earth wears away. It's just only in that little spot too. I would collect that. It's just in this little spot. And then this fell down, so you can examine it. Different levels. Look at these layers. It's incredible. The waves are just tearing them apart. That silver is very unique though. Oops. So I'm just gonna makeshift chip away at this silver deposit, and look at that. It's just a layer, a small layer of it. It coats the rocks in some weird way. Like this rock right here. Look at that. It's not really a silver rock as much as it's just coated, and a very fine looking rock too. And I could wipe this silver right off. Look at that. I scratch it right off. Almost like it got painted. So is that what silver looks like? It's a painting? Maybe somebody spray painted this area. But what's weird about it is it's a line. It's a line that follows. But that looks like a spray paint right there. It just seems so odd. Yeah, it's just coated on. I guess the next thing you would ask then is, how deep is it? And it's not very deep at all, so I think somebody sprayed it because there's no more evidence further in. So yeah, okay, I'm thrown off. It's probably just somebody who had spray painted a silver coating on there. That'd be a weird way to find a deposit. If this is the 1800s, I wouldn't assume it was a spray paint. Really gives away the spray painting is because there's so much graffiti. People had to put their names, write their names on the side of the wall, wearing away at it. You know, people got to keep going until that contributes to the cliff falling down further. But it's quite interesting. This cliffside really reveals some layers, some real layers. You see how it's just layered like a hard sand and a soft sand and a rugged sand and a not rugged sand. It just takes thousands of years to develop. Alright, he's not lost. A little seal. And I don't know who's gonna see that, because nobody drives over this way really in parks. We got this wooden cross that's about to fall onto the road. Something else fell onto the road. Looks like it, I don't know, it slid, or somebody took a forklift and put it up here. They dug into the side of the hill. So maybe it was recently brought out here from a church or something. I felt this is the best spot to put it, but that's very dangerous too. All right, well the grass may be quite brown, close to the ocean side here. Wow, the angle of that cross is extreme, more extreme from this angle, and it looks pretty lush at least. It looks good enough for these cows. They're doing really good. No expert, but I would give this area awards for best pasture land. It used to be quite protected because they have some kind of a very strong gate just to stop people from driving in and also walking in, I suppose, but you could easily climb the gates. They did put blocks for going around, but it doesn't really look like anything's out here now, probably because they moved it to make room for whatever. During firewood cutting area. And look at this. This is like really sophisticated. There's a stop here. They painted a sign you had to stop. Was this an old airport or something? Because they really put a lot of effort into it, and now it looks like nothing. So across from that firewood cutting area, it says this area is public lands. They got a nice barbed wire fence around it, a double barbed wire fence. And it looks like you can just let yourself on in, because even though this has chains on it, there's no lock. So I could just open the door right up. Lift up one of these latches to make it go the way you want. I guess I could pull on it. Oh! And it's spring loaded. No, man. I don't see why they would need to put a gate up. Alright, so these public lands, this public land is well fenced, because there's also private land right all around it, really. And then it's fenced to the edge of the cliff. So you can kind of see the ocean. Just an old lock sitting on the side of the road. Says it's Corbin. Never heard of it. And this is more public lands. It looks easy to access. In fact, there's a trail over there. It probably goes where that firewood. Wow, you know, this trail looks like it's even paved. Not a lot of people take it, but it's paved. A lot of times I'll set a goal as just to reach a certain destination, but when I get there and it's not that late in the day and I got good energy, at that point then I set a new goal of just kind of moving in a direction I've never been until a certain time. Like, I'm willing to go down this road until 1 o'clock, maybe hour and a half before I turn back. But I could turn back before that, but just kind of a goal just to prevent myself from overextending myself, because there are no water sources out here. Alright, so I must be at a peak or something on the lost Coast Headlands, and oh, there's somebody. Okay. That is an overlook, but you can't go this way because of the hazardous. They even put a barbed wire fence to stop people from going there. Going next to the cliff. And it looks like this trail takes you down to the beach, which is not what I want to do. Alright, so it's a pretty cool view. I'm not sure where that driver went. I see the road goes over off in the distance, up on top of that hill, which is now a curiosity. Wow, there's a lot of logs on the beach over there. Wow. So, I don't know. Maybe get up on top of that one peak over there. The road goes up there. It'll take a while to get up there and see what the scenery's like. Alright, well, I guess you don't have to go down too far. The cliff is over here. And then they got this all paved. Like maybe they had a dock that went out. Wow. Yeah, it's not as not as dangerous of a drop. There's a lot of footprints, so people have climbed down probably to check out that clay. I'm guessing that's clay down there, nice, that gray deposit. It looks pretty cool. And some people have dared to go on this peak, but that looks way too dangerous. It's a pretty neat view from up here. This would be a nice camping spot, even though they say you're not allowed to. Cows over there, get a nice view of the ocean. Clearly this road goes around the valley. And I dropped a very steep distance. That's so neat. They built this farm into the valley, and it's pretty peaceful until the next tsunami.